shall we get at it? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Get a motion to approve the agenda for today.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second?
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Wolves, aye.
Discuss and approve the minutes.
Oh, wait, back on number 2. Do you want to add on number 12, that parcel for Belle Plaine Schools? It wasn't listed out, but I have it included on the resolution.
Okay, we will.
Okay,
Let's go back to the agenda.
sorry.
Under item 12, I would move that we add one parcel. Which number is it, Haley?
030-15410.
Okay, we have parcel 030-1540, which is for the Belle Plaine Schools, to the agenda.
Okay.
Second.
The amendment, okay, call for a vote on that one.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Wolves, aye.
Done. All right,
Thanks.
now back to the minutes, which were nice and short.
Yeah. The minutes, didn't see any
It was a
problems.
quick meeting.
Looks good.
Can I get a vote, motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second that.
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Wolves, aye.
Barb?
I'd like to set a land use hearing for Jared Merchant for Tuesday, September 23rd at 9:15.
Gentlemen, can I get a motion to approve setting the land use hearing?
I will make a motion to set a land use hearing for Jared Merchant for the 23rd of September at 9:15.
Okay,
Second that motion.
all right, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Wolves, aye.
You got it, Barb.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Barb.
Thanks.
Claims. Any questions?
Just something that I can't mark, but I'll have to ask the department head who they are. And I don't, just companies I've never heard of. But I would motion to approve the claims.
I second that.
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Wolves, aye.
I didn't see any ARPA.
No, there wasn't.
None.
Okay.
I do want to ask though, on that Raycom statement, did you see that second one we got?
That,
They're trying to charge us for the 61 days. And I'm gonna dispute that because they told us we could decide on how we were gonna pay it. We were gonna wait till the first part of the taxes. So I'm gonna call them today. Did you see where they put that?
no, I didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't give me a copy of that, did you?
I thought you emailed it to me. I have the original.
Was it in the claims?
No.
Okay.
Because that one just got, this one we got on July 21st.
Okay,
So there's no way that that's 60 days out when I got the original July 21st. Because remember I was gonna wait and see if you could
yeah, I
offset some of
sent it
that
to
with
you
ARPA.
as soon as I got it.
So I'm gonna call him,
Okay, rattle or chain.
but, I'm still predicting we're gonna have at least that 100,000 plus in ARPA. So I was gonna offset that maybe,
Okay,
since that's, we committed it for the radio project.
yeah,
You guys agree on price split it.
okay. I have no problem with it.
Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna call him and have that removed.
The other thing I've been chasing down and I can't get an answer from nobody. As for the 911, we get $1 surcharge on the phones. You know, it shows up our local landlines. I was trying to get an answer out of the cell phones, because they charge $1 also.
I think there was something that was sent, I think Dean might have got it too, I can see if I can find it and forward it to you.
Okay.
They were kind of talking on that a little deeper.
Okay, well, like I said, I was rattling some cages and chains, and I can't get an answer out of anybody. I was just kind of curious, how many cell phones are there in Benton County? You know what I mean? There's gotta be a lot more than landlines.
Well, and then that legislation that passed towards the end, I mean, after our budget were done too, the counties were having to pay in quarterly stuff, so.
So if they're charging for $1, each one of these companies, where's the dollar going?
And that was part of that, because we usually get those quarterly sent to us. But it goes into the E911 budget.
Like I said, I couldn't get an answer out of anyone.
They have the state wait to get new sheet. It's the only guy I know that would know that.
I think Dean had it at his EMA association too.
Yes.
And then they, along the same lines, the state passed where they're basically gonna go in and rob from everybody.
And nobody had it in their budget to do that.
The other thing on the bills, the opioid, should we keep that separate, or can we, is it all right to keep it with the regular claims?
I think that those are only gonna be a few.
Okay,
If it gets to be bigger, we'll maybe do a separate.
okay, I just,
We did just receive probably 6 more checks too, from Ray joining on a couple others, so.
just a thought.
Yep, we have an opioid meeting this week, so I can ask, but for that ASAC one, that's a monthly one we do.
Yeah.
Right now, we haven't really committed to a whole lot,
Okay.
like the transportation thing. You mean like act on them separately, like we do ARPA?
Yes,
Probably could.
I didn't know if we should, or if it's all right, you know, because it's its own fund.
Yep, we could start doing that.
Just a thought, just throwing it out
So
there.
I'm sure I'll have to do separate auditing, 'cause like I do ARPA.
Mhm, mhm.
I can make a note and do that.
Just a thought. 9:05, I guess I went way past that, I didn't see it. Discuss and approve resolution 2570, grant funding for Benton County IRM department. Sorry about that, Harry.
It's fine.
Didn't know we had a timed item on that one.
The roadside department was awarded a $15,000 grant through the Living Roadways Trust Fund towards a new spray system. For this type of equipment, they'll give you 20% match up to $15,000. So this is the max we would get for that. This spray truck is a budgeted item, so this is extra money on top of that, that we would save. This is for the second sprayer. There's already one that's out there right now. This would be for the next one we would buy. The trucks we have now are 1998, so getting up there in age. The mechanics suggested we look at replacing them because it's getting harder and harder to find parts for them. But this is our main equipment that we use. So they just want a resolution to show that you guys support the project.
And you haven't ordered no chassis yet, or no tank?
No, I can't until this is finalized.
Oh, okay.
And then I was waiting until I got word our other one was on the way back to us before I was moved forward with that. And the timeline they gave us was the end of August to the end of September was what he thought it would be. And it's about in line with that because it's being worked on right now.
This is a new truck that you push a button and it sprays for this, and you push another button and it'll spray for.
It'll have 8 different switches. One will spray 2 feet, one's 2 feet more than that, up to about 40 feet out.
But it'll also have different chemicals on it.
Yeah, so this has 2 different tanks in it, so There-
this question.
Yeah, you have a water
Sorry.
tank and then you have chemicals that you can,
Yeah, so we have a,
thistles and
Yep.
nuisance for trees, whatever.
yep, we have your water tank, and then it'll direct inject. One is made more for your thistles, and then others is more for, the other one's more for your woody plants.
That's- if it doesn't break, everything will be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same system as what we have now. You know, we got 27 years out of what we have now. They haven't really changed anything, so those
No,
direct
I think
in,
it's sweet. I think it's-
those direct inject pumps are very nice.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between, if we just had one made at Jessup, first of all, we would have to make it, and then wouldn't have the direct inject pumps. This they're making, I have a picture of it too if you wanna look at it, but this is the company that makes all of them. There's a couple more counties from Iowa that have trucks out there getting upfitted right now, so.
All right, can I get a motion to approve resolution 2570?
I would make the motion to approve resolution 2570 for it's a federal grant,
State grant.
state grant, for the Living Roadway Trust Fund for a spray truck system in the amount of $15,000.
I'll second it.
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bull's eye. You guys have copies?
Yeah, if you wanna sign too, then I'll let Eric have one.
Okay, there you go, Eric.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
There you go, sir.
Thank you.
No more timed items till 9:30. Okay, discuss and approve special Class C retail alcohol license for the Blairstown Sauerkraut.
And I have highlighted, it was pending dram shop, but we just got notice that they approved all that yesterday, so
Okay,
go ahead and approve that.
I'll make a motion to approve the Class C retail alcohol license for the Blairstown Sauerkraut Days Beer Tent.
Second that motion.
okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bull's eye.
Should we say the date, or should everybody know that?
Yeah, you could, August
August
27th.
20 Yep, August 27th through the August 31st.
Yeah, they were cutting it close for the weekend.
That's kind
They
of
did
what I
last
thought
year.
when I saw it yesterday.
They
Did
did
they do
last
it
year,
last
that's
year
why
too?
I was like, we kept checking the state, and we even called the gentleman, because we're like, it's out of our hands until that
Yeah.
insurance stuff gets through the state.
Okay. Discuss and approve revised contract with the Abbey Center leasing office space at Benton County Service Center.
Looked it all over. I see you've got listed all the items that we're allowing them to use. It's
Yep.
good. I'm glad that's in there. Prices are all the way we discussed it. I didn't see anything that jumped out at me as being out of line.
Well, I too looked through it, saw the prices were as we discussed. The items Tracy went down and inventoried that are in that room. It's been through our attorney, and it's been through their attorney, and they have signed it already. I would make the motion to approve the lease agreement with the Abbey Center for, there's 2 rooms, Suite 27 and 28 located in this building.
Do you want to list the amount too?
The amount is $850 per month for a total of $1,700 a month for rent for both rooms.
I'll second that.
This is a 2-year lease.
2-year lease.
That was like 3.
Goes through August 31st of '27.
Okay,
It
perfect.
does not automatically renew.
It does not. No, I did not put that in there.
Okay,
Ray did not put that in there,
No.
excuse me.
no, because, 2 years, something might come up, we might need that, right, or something.
Okay, call for a vote then.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bulls eye.
And I'll scan that signed one back, Tracy, if you sign it.
Okay. Is Melinda gonna come for all this stuff?
No, I told her she didn't need to. So you have the statements there. Most of them, the ones that are owned by the county are right-of-way purchases. They don't amount to a whole lot. There's City of Urbana one. We checked the dates on when they got possession, and Atkins. And then that Belle Plaine School one, which we had on there last year.
Yep,
So that's the one where the school
yep,
built the house and
they don't have it on the market yet.
correct, so the assessor did not mark it exempt for this year either. So they're asking us to abate it again.
Yep.
So I'm gonna talk to Larry because I don't know how soon that they don't, but I think Jordan said there's gotta be somewhere in the system that he's gonna build because it's a unique situation with exempt, because it's classed residential, but it really is commercial. So he's gonna work with the software and try to make an exemption in there.
Okay. So can I get a motion from you guys, resolution 2571, and then you don't have the total dollar amount. so
I just
maybe-
have individuals, want me to tally it up in there?
Yeah, we could just say the total dollar amount. Instead of listing $4, $2, $4.
I've been by that house they built, it looks very nice.
Looks nice.
Yep.
I was buy it when it was framed up, and that's the last time I've been by it.
Yeah, those-
$2,718.
2000 what?
$718.
Got it. So can I get a motion for one of you guys for resolution 2571 to abate the taxes on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 parcels?
I would make the motion to abate the taxes on these 11 parcels. The total amount is $22,718.
Yep.
I will second.
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bulls eye.
And I wrote on my copy.
I don't have a copy.
You don't?
No, I didn't have a copy of that one.
Maybe I put 2 in mine.
I just went back through my packet and I couldn't find it.
Make sure I don't have 2 copies.
Look again.
Oh, you're fine. I can just sign one, because I'll give a copy to Melinda.
next thing that we got is acknowledge the recip and filing for the city of Walford, the city of Walford voluntary annexation of resolution, where they wanna add on to the town.
Yeah, you have that notice.
I had that, yeah, last week it already showed up.
Mhm.
I'll let you guys look at it, so I
Yeah.
guess I'm supposed to sign it, that we're giving them.
Well, yeah, because we were supposed to respond, I think, I don't remember what it said in that letter. We're acknowledging that they filed it with you guys and,
Just that we don't get the tax dollars anymore, the city will get it.
That is correct.
you still will on the general basic fund though, just not the rural.
It's basically surrounded by town already, it's just a little,
And just east of the bull ends, isn't it,
Yep.
where we said it was?
down
Yeah.
back in behind there.
Yeah, we looked at all that last week.
The only question I have here, maybe you can tell me, the only place to sign on here, it's called commission action and council action.
They've already filed their part, right?
We're not in the commission, so it does not.
No, they're just giving us a copy of that.
Yep,
So what, we're just gonna acknowledge it, so it's in our minutes, and I'll let them know that we.
okay, so can I get a motion to acknowledge the voluntary annexation of the ground down at Walford, for the city of Walford?
Because this would be if you guys oppose it, you would have to speak up in opposition.
Oh,
I would make the motion to acknowledge the receipt of the paperwork filed with the city of Walford for a voluntary annexation under resolution 825-1. That is their resolution number.
second.
All right, all in favor?
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bulls eye.
Last but not least, to discuss the approved job description, job posting of environmental health and land use administrator.
So you guys have copies in there. So it sounds like the health board, were you at that meeting Friday, Ron, so you can talk on
I did not.
that? Okay, you didn't go.
I didn't go.
So the Board of Health met, I think it was last Friday, and they discussed and come up with this, but they also want you guys to look it over and agree, and then they want me to post it, the job opening, and then I need to put an ending date on that. So how long we have to have the apps opened.
Okay.
Normally we have to do 10 days. I kind of judge it by, I won't be able to get it in the paper until this Friday, would be the earliest for the Vinton papers, and then the Gazette. Or if there was any additional places they wanted it to be advertised.
Is it on our website as well?
Yes,
Okay.
I will do the normal ones that we always do unless I'm told to do further.
Should we do like Indeed or something like that? In our previous meetings, I didn't make Friday's meeting. Apparently there are college degrees out for this sort of thing. And we may need to try to get better coverage to even see if there's any interest. I mean, I assume there is, because this is getting to be more and more every day, people getting into these fields. there's an emergency management degree type thing now. And if there's something down the lines of this. Didn't think to ask Barb when she was here, because I know she had some input on some of the job description things. I mean, her and Matt know the territory better than any of the rest of us, to make sure they didn't think we were missing something here.
So what did, you said Indeed, is that the job posting website?
Yeah, an online place where people go and look for jobs.
Is there a fee?
Yeah, that one would, the Gazette one, when I just filled my position there, they will include their online for so many days that goes with the ad we put in the Gazette. But Indeed is a separate entity, so they would charge, and I'm not sure what that would be.
Does the school ever use Indeed? No?
The state had their own site that they
Okay.
used.
But I can double check with Ty, if you guys want me to, make sure if they did that in another county, but normally what we require is our official papers and our website, and then we'll post it on the bulletin board.
Is there a place through ISAC or something that you put it on?
You can share, I think, with the affiliate sites.
Okay.
We have a base camp, we call it,
Yep.
About the Des Moines paper.
Main Register. I guess it's, you guys tell me what to do.
I'm just thinking we need to get it out as far as we can, to see if there's even any interest out there. Matt has a degree in this sort of thing.
If we stay with the local papers, which I'm calling Gazette as a local paper, since we use them all the time, I think we should try the Des Moines Register. You know, throw it in there at least like a weekend. I don't know if they got a special Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you know, I don't know.
And then, like a business corridor online one, 'cause I know a lot
Yeah.
of people work on that. Okay, I'll,
I don't wanna sell us Benton County short, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get it out there as much as we can without costing major money, so. That give you enough direction, Annie?
yep, so I feel if I can start the process on the 29th, we give it 2 weeks, have it end by September 12th. That gives 2 weeks.
That works.
Yeah,
Or do you wanna
see what
just-
the interest is, we
or
can
do you wanna
always
go-
extend it,
The 10 days would be like Tuesday the 9th.
or do you just wanna extend it a little up front?
I would think 2 weeks we should be able to get it in the paper and stuff, but, I mean, I don't know how soon you wanna press it, or do you wanna do September 15th, it's a Monday,
Yeah,
September
I like
15th?
that better.
Okay,
Gives us a few days.
Another weekend,
all right,
okay?
and you agree to the
Yeah, I didn't see nothing wrong.
descriptions?
Yeah, a lot of it's out of my wheelhouse, I don't know a lot about it. Other than what we've talked, and it covers a wide variety of things this person has to do with the environmental health and land use area.
And they talk about at all, if you weren't at the meeting, you were at the meeting, Haney, or no?
Mm-mm, I was at ISAC still.
What kind of salary? I did not see
I don't know if they
that.
discussed
I didn't see
it.
that in.
And it's not in this, because it said,
So
send
that's gotta
your
be
salary
included.
requirements with your references.
That'd be joint between the two,
Yeah,
to
the health board and then us.
and then us.
Well, that's gonna have to get ironed out before.
I would think we'd have a max one, we're gonna know what was budgeted, we can't go above that. I can ask and follow up if they discuss that.
Yeah, Ty said she sent, I didn't,
Yeah, she
They
sent
didn't-
us an email, so,
yeah, it didn't come through for me.
So should we have something on the docket for next week to decide?
I think if you look down here, send cover letter and resume, including salary requirements.
Okay, so you're gonna let them set the price?
Well, it doesn't mean we have to agree to it, but at
I
least you
know.
kinda see your
See where they're at.
price line, and we obviously are gonna know we can't go above what we had in the budget
Mhm.
for the old position.
Yeah, and that might not be a bad, I have no idea. what
I don't
this
know if
type
they're
of
gonna
Position,
They might put a range in there, but, you know, if.
Were we competitive with other counties around them, with the previous?
I don't think so,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
Not that that matters, it's just.
right. I mean, I can find out from them if we wanna tweak it, I can send you the notice.
they should, yeah,
But you guys will be able to set that when you actually do the hiring and approve, so,
but we gotta have some kind of figure in mind.
yeah. And I think that's what they're going on, what the maximum
Okay.
was in the budget.
Okay,
But it's split, like you said, but it's still our funds.
well, technically, we don't have to vote on any of
I think they just want
this. We're,
that you're,
We
you
agree.
agreed to the,
yeah, and I think you
the
heard
job
that.
description
All-
and.
Yeah,
See,
everything's fine.
all three of us agreed to what they had,
Yeah, then I would just acknowledge that in your motion.
okay? All right, so I make a motion then, that we acknowledge
And then that date of September 15th.
the job description.
okay? I would make the motion that we acknowledge the job description, a joint description with Benton County and the Benton County Health Board for the environmental health and land use administrator to put a job posting out, which would be in our local places, we put it, our local papers, the Cedar Rapids Gazette, the Des Moines Register, and some online places we can share it with. And put the application date ending the 15th of September.
I will second.
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bull's eye.
Just a question on that is, who are they gonna answer to, the health, the Board of Health, or no?
It'll be joint.
Applications go to her.
Well, no, I don't understand that, but who would this person actually work under? I mean, who are they working for? Environmental Health, is it gonna be the Board of Health?
They would work for-
50-50.
They work for both.
How in the world is that gonna work?
It's
Way
how
it's
it's
been
always
working.
been.
It's-
They're
Wait.
paid out of two different, like the Board of Health controls half their budget, the supervisors control the other half.
The environmental health part is in the Code of Iowa, that it's under the
Okay.
Board of Health.
Board of Health. And then the land use administrator is ours.
Okay,
So since it's a joint position,
okay.
Understand?
Yep.
Okay.
I looked Indeed up real quick, just skimmed through it. There's two ways, there's a free way and there's also a sponsored way. The sponsored way is, budget starts at $5 a day or $150 a month.
Hmm.
So, that's just a quick look.
Good. Myron.
Morning.
Lionel.
Thank you for the,
Thank you.
say thank you.
thank you. Oh, was it the price?
Yeah.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
last Tuesday, the Iowa DOT had their August letting. In that letting, Benton County had two projects. One project was federal aid bridge replacement project on 69th Street in Fremont Township, just north of Atkins. The engineer's estimate on that bridge replacement was $593,850. The sheet that I handed you that ends with 125 is that bridge project. There were, 7 bidders that submitted last Tuesday for that project. Taylor Construction Incorporated submitted a bid of $523,671.02. The other 6 you see, and their bid accordingly on the sheet. Being that that's $70,000 under our estimate, I recommend to the board that we award the bridge replacement project to Taylor Construction Incorporated for that $523,671.02.
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the bid from Taylor Construction for the bridge located at, where are we at?
69th Street in
69th Street in
Fremont Township.
Fremont Township.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Team aye.
Bullseye.
All contracts are digitally signed with the DOT. If you're in agreement with the way we have done contracts in the past with the DOT letting, I have a resolution, Resolution 25-72, authorizing myself, the Benton County engineer, to sign on behalf of the Benton County Supervisors for that bridge replacement project. I would make that motion to have Myron sign on behalf of the board.
Second.
All in favor of approving resolution 2572? Say
Tippit, aye.
team and I.
Bullseye.
Copies of the resolution here, if you sign both. I believe one with Haley. Also in last week's letting was a short bridge being replaced with a reinforced concrete box culvert. This is located in Polk Township on 52nd Street, real close to the Cedar Valley Nature Trail. The DOT received 8 bids for that project last week. That is sheet call number 2 that I handed you. Iowa Bridge and Culvert submitted a bid of $312,845.15. That would be the low of the 8. The engineer's estimate on that project was $348,000. I'm recommending to you that Benton County move forward with awarding that box culvert replacement project to Iowa Bridge and Culvert.
Where was it at?
52nd Street in Polk Township, real close to the Cedar Valley Nature Trail. The top, the 2 low bids were fairly close. Usually seems like we've got a couple that are close in what they did, and then the rest of them are way spread out. Is that kind of the way that seems to work for you? Many times, not always. So you say there's been times, I mean, you look at the bridge project that was first project, and there's $100,000 between the first and second bidder.
Do these bidders have the opportunity to see what the DOT believes it's going to cost before they submit a bid?
I'm pretty sure that the information that goes out there has the engineer's estimate mentioned with it, yes.
Okay. I didn't know how that
Mhm.
worked. That's the question. Thank you.
Some of them are not
I
very
mean,
close to the engineer's estimate.
some of them, you know, depending on what their schedule, and many of these that have bid have worked in the county before, and depending on how the working relationship goes between a contracting authority and a contract plays into the cost of a project. A lot of it has to do with schedule. Both of these projects, I gave them the opportunity to start next calendar year. So it gives them a fair amount of freedom to put it into their schedule. It's not an immediate, has to get started, plays a part into it. And sometimes you see 2 or 3 bidders that are very close to each other, and sometimes you see one that's obviously much lower. But all of these have been reviewed by the DOT and have met all of the requirements to bid, as well as both contractors, like I said, we've worked with over the years and do an excellent job and have been good to work with. So yeah, I would take a motion to accept the second project, the box culvert replacement, to award to Iowa Bridge and Culvert for the $312,845.15.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Bull's eye.
And I've also prepared resolution number 25-73, authorizing myself, the county engineer, to sign on behalf of the Benton County Board of Supervisors on that contract. If that meets with your approval, I would look for a motion in action on resolution number 25-73.
I would move to approve resolution 25-73, and we have the county engineer sign on behalf of the board.
Second that.
Call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bull's eye. Ron, did you learn anything at the ISAC?
Well, there's a little bit of things. Sometimes it's review, and I was talking with a vendor, I think, and missed a portion of our program, that I heard talking with some other people that had some interesting stuff. There was a topic about artificial intelligence and how it might benefit, the road department. And certainly that activity is something that's becoming more and more prevalent. Even doing some research, having that access has made things a lot quicker.
Yeah, well. It's gonna take a while to sort out all that AI stuff and what's good and what's bad.
But sometimes those conferences with vendors being all present, and if they have the right people, sometimes you can get some questions answered to talking to them instead of playing phone tag back and forth for 3 weeks.
Right, they're friendly, yeah, that's a positive.
I didn't realize I had that like the industry to do so much other stuff besides our signs and stuff. Shirts.
They have clothing, they have, I don't know, some people buy furnace filters from them that I think they make that. I mean,
Pretty much everything.
mhm.
I did not know that.
Do they also do roadside cleaning? I thought I saw a crew out the other day and there was an Iowa Prison Industries van going along and there was 4 or 5 guys wearing orange vests that were picking up garbage and stuff.
Maybe they have Adopt a Highway that they sponsor a segment in Jones County, if that's where you were. Other than that, I don't, and it could be,
I can't remember where I was.
I think Iowa Prison Industry has a presence somewhere in Newton or something too.
Sounds right.
So there might be, their presence may be in multiple counties, and that might be that. But other than that, no. But, I mean, the prison in Anamosa makes wood furniture. I think they have a wood shop in there. that they've got inmates that can do some pretty good work that the prison industry makes available to municipalities, schools, counties. Last Friday afternoon, Haley McNulty came to my office, delivered a petition that appears to have signatures received from all individuals along 32nd Avenue, 74th Street, within Southern Exposure Edition, and 75th Street, Pete's Hill Edition, as well as, technically, I think Pete's Hill Edition, but access off of 75th, just west of the entrance, and asking to extend that instead of just to the entrance, a total of about 950 feet along 75th Street. So with that petition signed, and it actually made 2 copies. Haley McNulty, who lives in Southern Exposures, got the signatures within that development, and a few along 32nd and 74th. Rick Hadler, who lives in Pete's Hill Edition, took another copy of the petition and got the signatures along 75th within Pete's Hill Edition. Actually, you've got one just off of 32nd and 75th, Marcus to the east, that's seen a benefit in that and asked to participate in it also. So they now have 44 individuals involved instead of the 42 or 43. So the amount per person, if my estimate is accurate, actually goes down. We didn't change that on the petition. That way everybody more or less might have a not to exceed number, hopefully, and then it could very likely be less. But couldn't remember if Benton County needs to take any formal action now, but that petition that has been generated has now been signed, and they are asking to proceed.
So if somebody sells their house, that's all attached to the.
Parcel,
Okay,
yeah.
So that somebody can't come in and say, oh, I'm not paying it. I assume that it had to be that
We
way.
put it in as a special assessment, and then it goes on their tax statement, it'll show up as their special.
Because of that.
The 2 subdivisions had not talked to members of the McNulty family, who are very excited about the project and offering to help participate. So that added some numbers too.
Will that make any difference on the assessed value?
No.
Art service room?
Not according to the assessor. I mean, it makes a difference to the market value,
Right.
but it does not change the assessed value.
Assessed value, okay.
And are we gonna put this on? We'll wait until you start the project though, before I have Melinda and I build it.
Probably.
Yes, it's went out, but it'll still.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's based on the final construction cost, and
It won't happen this year, then will it?
probably not likely. It might get started. It's not gonna be completed. Trying to decide whether it benefits Benton County to do some of the dirt work ourselves, just to allow a little less time needing to be spent on project plan development, whereas the rock placement and the seal coat placement would not require as much time to put together for a project and have that bid out to contractors. Not knowing how much of this, whether it was gonna be partially or all, I've not discussed in full detail on the property owners along 32nd Avenue, and acquisition of either additional road easement or permanent or temporary. And if we were to start right now, we'd need to pay for some crop damage. But I know the grading crew right now has been out trying to put shoulder rock on our paved roads right now. We had a couple large culverts that I bought last fall that we haven't gotten installed yet, that you're gonna be into fall anyway, and it might be such that it might be wise to wait till the crop's out and talk to those property owners and go in and start doing that work at that point. And depending on what the fall does, weather-wise, might dictate how much would get done yet this fall.
You're gonna try trimming that hill down there at McKechnie's?
I'd like to trim the field down and build the road up at that four-way intersection, with the intent of trying to improve sight distance. I know that the McNulty Homestead, or I don't know if it's Homestead or Old Home Site, just south of that four-way intersection on the east side, has got poor sight distance coming out of that driveway, and it would be nice to utilize the dirt in those fields that sit higher than the road and put it in the roadway and kind of do a balancing act of raising the road and lower the field. And if I can get the road equal to or higher than the field, the snow will blow across there better, and that's been a snow trap area in about a mile of that 2-mile stretch, pretty tough in years past. And I'm not convinced that we're not gonna see snow like that in the future at some point.
I guess from my standpoint, I kinda like that idea. If you're gonna build them roads up, let them go through winter and settle.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a benefit there, and there might be a culvert or two that may need to be seriously analyzed about being replaced there too, that I didn't think were a problem, but there's been at least 2 of them that I'm now questioning that, so.
I know they want it done as soon as possible, and I get it, I understand it. I would too if I lived around there too, but I kinda like that idea though. If you're gonna build the roads up, I would like to see that go through winter, freeze and thaw, and you know, before you start covering the road.
And product would be better.
Yep. Okay. So you need a motion to move forward on this?
To approve that petition contracted bid, for sure. That way you guys are gonna sign it. There's a date for you to sign.
I'd make a motion to approve the petition contract and waiver for Seal Coat project along 32nd Avenue, 74th and 75th Street.
I'll second that.
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bull's eye.
Just if you've looked at the petition, it kind of just went in front of your eyes real quick. When the petition was drafted, the Pete's Hill Edition people could not get a confirmed answer from those immediately west of the entrance, so we were gonna stop it right at the entrance. $805,000 was my total estimated cost. Going that extra 950 feet to the west, added 50,000 to that. They took that to the people and said it would be 855,000, even with, but with more players in the game, the cost per parcel actually came down a little
I
bit.
saw that you made a correction.
That brought the total up to 44.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Okay.
That's all I had for you today.
There's no sign on the petition, right?
Back page.
Back page, I think there
You have to
is.
sign both of those.
You just need to raise this.
I saw. Here.
I did include that, didn't I?
Yes. I didn't remember where it was. I knew it was in there somewhere.
Page 2, I guess it is.
It was in there somewhere.
In the front of that.
Okay, Ron had a question on the bills, just who it is. ICE Service Bureau,
Mm-hmm.
what is it?
Who is that?
Iowa County Engineers Association Service Bureau is the sponsor for an aid grant that the 24 counties across the Highway 30-80 corridor that are running that roller along gravel roads and collecting ground data to put all that data together and see if there is some correlation that can be utilized there for addressing problem areas or areas, things. I know at a meeting, for instance, when that roller has run across calcium chloride dust control areas, the strength of the road increases based on that roller's data. But they are collecting so much data, the person's gonna wonder what you would all utilize it for, but thinking that there might be a strong opportunity to just having extra data that you can't capture for every square inch on a roadway that would benefit. And the grant ended up paying for a huge amount of it, the amount of dirt roads that, but depending on how much, not dirt roads, how many gravel roads you wanted done, the difference the counties needed to sponsor, and that $38,000 plus was what our portion was based on what I was asking them to collect data on.
So that's for the roller that ran around here.
The other weekend you asked about the one by your place,
Many phone calls on it, got it.
but it's a 3-year grant. They got Buchanan, Boone, and something over by Boone a year ago. And then they've hoping to get about 10 or 12 counties done this year, and then the balance will get done next year. But it was a federal grant that Iowa County Engineers Service Bureau sponsored, and taking care of the payments to the contractor, and that they were asking that the counties paid their invoiced amount to them. And that's what that invoice relates to.
No, last but not least, I'm gonna ask, Van Horn intersection, what's going on?
I'm waiting for the DOT to give me a confirmation. Say the local traffic technician said, here's what I propose. Sounds receptive to his superiors, but I have not heard back from them that said, yep, here's what we will agree to. And so I'm trying to put the rest of it in place, but waiting for the AOK to move forward.
Will it help if I rattle cages or just sit and wait?
I don't know, I was gonna make some calls this week, and if I get nowhere, I'll answer that question differently. Right now, I'm hoping that I will. Because I started a phone call this morning, and I got voicemail, and so I'm gonna follow up on that this afternoon, but that's what I wanna concentrate on today and tomorrow, and see if I can find out where things are at.
Okay. All right, I'll stay out. All right, that's all I have for you. I don't know if you guys got anything?
Last week was ISAC. They had some, I guess, what would you say, Bruce? 2 counties speaking on their tax issues. We have it was interesting how the different approaches, some of the counties are really gonna be in a tough spot.
Yeah, one of them said that they're pulling one of their graders off and switching them over to driving trucks. And they're just gonna try to divide up the territory to the other graders to try to save money.
Routes.
But they said,
Still no, I was hoping we would have gotten some sort of feel of maybe where the state is at, but there was nothing. Yeah.
but I can tell you this, Myron, I drove my bus this morning, and on the Iowa County roads, I had coffee all over the dash, and I get on Benton County and nothing. So I appreciate that very much.
Yes, school has started, so we have school buses on the run in the morning and the afternoon, so I say that in a positive sense, is that just remind yourself that a school bus could be over the next hill, you know?
Yeah.
And
Well,
expect a delay or two.
If I happen to see the grader go down the gravel road, I go up to the next one and go so that I don't have to worry about straddling that or getting in or having them pull over or whatever. But it works out better, I think, for everybody. But I think they're doing a fine job with the roads. They are nice. At least the ones I travel.
I will mention to you, I learned last Wednesday night, I think, the Adkins intersection project, and the contractor exposed a roadway pipe that goes under Highway 30 that they were to extend. An extension that had been done previously to that has a concrete collar on it, that the concrete collar that was poured around the joint is higher than what they want the pavement elevation to be, which means that doesn't account for the 8 or 9 inches of concrete, I think, and the 12 inches of rock, and the DOT was still twiddling their thumbs trying to decide what they were gonna do there. The contractor has been given relief during that decision time, so there's been no working days being charged on that project. So if you were wondering why it doesn't look like much is being done at 32nd Avenue, that is why that is the case.
You can very easily see that old concrete tube sticking up. I'm sure I wondered if that was gonna be a problem.
No, the project manager was telling me about that Wednesday night, that he's waiting to hear from him, so.
Yeah, question behind you.
Aaron, I have a question. I called you last week, Bob Q. I live on Benton Buchanan Road. And, you know, the Lime Creek Bridge, it's on the north side, but in the run-up, there's quite a bit of washout. I didn't stop to see how deep that was. Do I call Brian and let him know, or, like I said, it's on the north side of the road, the northeast side, and it's really washed out quite a bit, you know, with all the volume of.
We've done the maintenance on both sides, so I will go back to my staff and have them go take a look.
So like I said, I didn't get out and see, there was a car behind me, I didn't get out and see how deep it was, but there's gonna be problems if it's ignored, so.
Agreed.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thanks, Myron.
Thanks, Myron.
Yep.
This week I've got Wednesday and Thursday meetings. Tomorrow is juvenile detention in Eldora. Something came up, so that one was moved up a day. Otherwise, I would have had 4 of
Yeah,
them
that's
on
what those are.
Thursday.
Yeah, perfect.
Petition, you want that
No, you guys all went to your lawyer. That's what-
I second.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have these.
okay.
Unfortunately-
I haven't seen it. I've converted to Word, but.
The afternoon session I was dealing with property tax and what supervisors are going to be looking at in the budgeting process. There's nothing to talk about because nothing's been done. So that's when they had the 2 counties, they had a supervisor and auditor from 2 counties talking about ways that they are being creative to try to reduce budgets. But it was supposed to be a 3-hour session, and I think it was but they stretched it to an hour and a half.
Well,
and
one
finally-
of the speakers couldn't come because her
Yeah.
husband was in an accident.
Yes, so that didn't help either, so,
But it was interactive, so we could all pitch in. I mean, just like when I told them what we do with our general basic, a lot of it is the juggling. The one county was over the 3.5 max. We have never been over the 3.5, but we're forced to reduce. So that's what's kind of frustrating, those counties that were, you know, it's just how the growth factor falls.
Till FY '29.
So we still are gonna be held at that percent growth factor with our assessment until fiscal year '29.
that was a 2% growth factor?
It just depends on where our valuations come in and, so if they're, you know, because if you're not levying at your max in general basic, then they can't use their general sub. So when we're forced to reduce general basic, then I'm forced to reduce general sub. But like, I wasn't the only one that shifted rural deputies. Did you
No.
know that one
Yeah,
too?
that
Right,
was
right.
pretty common.
I mean, your levy rates overall are still gonna be the same, it's how they're juggling it to make it work for the general.
And when you made that comment, there were some people sitting to the right in front of me that leaned over and said that that's something they're gonna look at. Because at that point, they hadn't done that with the rural basic where they used 2 or 3 officers
We talked about
for
And
that.
then I
so-
talked about because of the courts, we can use general sub, and how I split up the maintenance and all that on the courthouse between the two funds.
Between the two, right, right. So there was some good
It's a
things
lot of
came out of it.
juggling because, yeah, but it's fun to hear what other counties are doing, because then you're like, oh, I should look into that.
And that opportunity was there because the speaker wasn't there and the other information
So it
was,
was kind of more of a roundtable, we got to all speak up and.
so it was actually, you know, that probably wouldn't have ever happened.
They missed the general session. I got involunteered to be up on stage. It was entertaining. We had to sing and dance. The speaker was really good.
What's the price of admission, they tell me?
I did get notice, back to business here, that we were given a 5% increase in residential for our equalization order from the Department of Revenue. But it's my understanding that Larry is gonna protest that, so. Yeah. A few years ago, we had the agricultural. We just sent notice that they want us to increase our residential 5%. But he's, like I said, he's gonna dispute that and hopefully it doesn't amount to that or they'll reduce it. Then I'll have to mail out notices to all taxpayers again. Fingers crossed that won't happen.
Light up your phone.
Huh?
So your phone will light up again.
It just, yeah, we get the blame for it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's just like we were talking about, people don't realize, you
If he
know,
hangs the head that carries the crown.
Wonder how many counties got that?
that just went out last week, so we were there, because John scanned it to me, so I knew ahead of time. But it varies, and I honestly don't get the rhyme or reason for how they pick and choose like that.
That's coming from,
State. So then they force that equalization notice on the county, and then we have to adjust our residential values by what they're telling us.
So when they were talking about evaluating the farms at 100%, is that the property tax that they were,
Well, because the rollbacks,
because, you're right,
yeah.
And
So
the same
if
thing
they're
with-
trying to say if they're eliminating that rollback factor, then,
they've got it. And they're saying the same thing with residential,
right.
which right now at 40%, is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep, and that's why some of them, they're talking about that homestead exemption is gonna be even more.
Right. But they were saying that would go up to 100% as well, but then they would bring back the homestead exemptions
Credit
and
exemptions
credits and
would
everything.
offset that.
They
So
take
it's
it
kind
up
of a-
there and then bring it down in another place.
Well, and then the family farm and ag plan, that's based on the school district values on the ag properties, so that's kind of saving the burden to the ag with the school levy. That's the point of having the ag land family farm. Because all those we submit to the state when we get that money back. So we have to send them all of our valuations per school district, and then they divide it out statewide, tell us what percentage.
The whole plan was bad. This plan is bad.
Reports, I guess we kind of touched on that already, you two guys did.
I did have, Historical Preservation had a meeting on Thursday night, of course I wasn't able to attend. But they did move us out, but they did have a question, they reached out. If they find that they may need additional furniture, do we have surplus furniture around that they could look at, shelves and whatnot, anywhere?
We have to look around and talk to Rick, but I'm sure he's.
We have some desks in the back basement of the courthouse, I know.
Yeah, they said that they don't know what their needs are gonna be until they get completely settled, but they just wondered if
Yeah,
they
before they
needed some
buy it,
shelving or
yeah.
something, yeah. If they're, yeah, because they don't wanna spend the money. But if there's something sitting somewhere that's not being used, that they can utilize, they wondered if they would have that option or who they would.
They get all that stuff out of there, that's gonna take up half the wall right there.
That's all theirs?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then we have, like I said, we have spare ones, however it's
Right,
on
for
there.
the recipes, yeah, okay. Well, they would rather do that than have to go buy anything, so I said, well, I'd
I
mention
think there's
it.
at least 2 desks downstairs, one by
Two desks over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before we even move them here, so we should have plenty of
Yeah,
desks.
so, yeah, they just wondered if they could
And they shouldn't need
take
any
a
more
peek and
desks.
if they,
They had the one here anyway.
yeah,
Seems like there's some shelves in there somewhere too.
Okay.
yeah.
They're hooked onto a desk, but I don't
I think somebody
Yeah.
else was reaching out, looking to see if anybody needed something that they were willing to.
I'll let
give.
them know that there's
They
possibilities.
just have to ask, like
Yeah.
you said, that, I know,
Okay, they should get a hold of.
Allison was not at the meeting either Thursday night,
No.
so.
And then wellness, did we ever get any responses from the department heads on?
Yes, I've been getting pretty good feedback.
Good.
Ray had talked to me, and he talked to Tracy about tentatively having that all-employee meeting on September 15th.
Okay,
I guess you guys would have to agree if you want to do it all in one session, if we put a public notice and maybe closed the county offices from 8 to 10 a.m.
mhm.
Because the harassment training and stuff from Alicia in his office would probably be about an hour of it. And then we would talk on our open enrollment stuff, like our flex, the Aflac rep that does some of the flex stuff. She could come and talk, and then we could touch base on the wellness. Kind of give another reminder, but we have to be careful on calling them out individually if they're not doing it.
Right, that can happen.
Is that the same date?
It'd be the same date as the conservation tour, but I figured if you go at 10, you can go on to the tour. And I know you mentioned the transportation building. The problem is we'd have to set up table and chairs, and I don't know if they'd have the Wi-Fi and the projector for the screen for our presentations. So I suggested if we could just use the courtroom. It's free, if there's no court up in the third floor. Have them all seated in there.
No food there.
Well, I wasn't gonna provide food. We're not feeding them a meal, because that's why,
No,
that's the
we
point
were
of
talking
having
about donuts,
that.
milk, ice cream, milk, orange juice,
Coffee.
and coffee.
Yeah, we can set up tables in the road, out in the middle there, and they can grab it on their way in.
'Cause I was told that, so no food in the courtroom,
Yeah,
what I was told.
just trying to find somewhere where you can have it and not pay for it.
I was gonna go talk to Mark after we get done here, on my many stops up here today.
Where you gonna get set up all the tables, where are you gonna get all the tables and chairs?
chairs, but do we need tables for everybody? I just thought chairs was good enough.
Okay, well, we have to make sure he has screen or projection.
I got two places to get table or chairs, no problem, it costs nothing, except my labor, my back.
That's what I'm saying,
and-
so if we keep
But I
it
thought, once I
simple,
get them up here, you know, the employees will help unload the pickup, grab a chair, sit down.
because they can always come and grab their coffee and go and eat it out in the hall and then go in.
Just a thought, I was just gonna run it by him, and then I can ask for your Wi-Fi or,
We can get chairs from,
You could. The other thought I had was, there's 2 auditoriums in the district that has everything. And they don't necessarily use it through the day.
who's that?
The schools,
The schools, there's one at Tilford and there's one at the high school that
would
would
think they
see
would let,
400.
they would let us use something like that.
Yeah, you'd need to check with them and make sure that there wasn't anything going on.
I know you said they had tables and chairs.
You could get
and
tables and
like that.
chairs, yep, rent. Rent for 0.
Didn't we rent the rec center?
Yeah. We did, and then we rented the Legion before too.
Well, we'll discuss that when it gets closer.
But, because I would like to put a payroll stuffer in.
Okay, yeah,
And payrolls this week, because by the time I would do another one, they wouldn't be really pushing it. I just want people to know ahead of time. I could put one in, tentative date for September 15th,
Save the date.
but then I would want to give notice to the public too if we are closed from 8 to 10 a.m. So, at least you can decide. By next week, the latest probably,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
and then it would probably,
yeah,
I think I'll still put a little something in the payroll maybe.
that's fine. You could set the date, just where we're gonna have it. You
Be
know,
announced. Okay.
if they got court on the 15th, you're done there,
Right,
so.
right. Well, Ray's supposed to know too. Oh, and another meeting with the Cedar Valley Ranch. They meet on the 16th.
7 o'clock in the morning.
7 in the morning. So if they do, I think what they've done in the past is they've had their own board meeting and then we join them about like 8. If we want to move our regular
I
meeting.
mentioned that he
It'd
drives
be
the
late.
bus, so.
Yep. So if we posted our normal agenda to be located out there, depending on what we have for business items that day, or we could meet here first and then go out.
You're talking September 16th?
Yes.
We have 2 land use meetings?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right, never mind. That won't work, remote. So it might have to be a separate afternoon or something, huh? Okay, but he was attentive and got back to me. I think just in the past, they had at least one of their board members there.
I visited with him yesterday, so.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to stay on top of it.
Oh, that's fine. I just knew that was on my to-do list last Tuesday. so-
Guaranteed my post was blowing up this morning again, so. Last week I had landfill. I think I reported here a month or so ago about the lagoon that they're building. They got the lagoon actually built and they started yesterday putting the liner down now. The real heavy plastic. So we're shooting for that to be done on Wednesday. So, just for throwing some numbers out there, our old lagoon that held the water was 500,000 gallons. The new one's gonna hold 1.2 million gallons. Next spring, they're gonna put a mister in there. So it'll be like a,
Evaporation.
yeah, I call it a fountain, whatever. But the object is, they won't have to haul any of that water no more, is the hope, like to Van Horn, or Belle Plaine, or up to Benton, to be treated at the sewage centers. It'll all be evaporated up. That's the game plan down And then, of course, I slugged the hole yesterday at the Cedar Valley Ranch. The hole is plugged, so. That's it for me.
I know I mentioned with Ron, I was asked to attend the NACO conference in DC. So it's part of my affiliate with ISACA. And then one of the auditors, Amanda, I think you met her, one of them, she would share the room, hotel room with me, so I didn't know. if it would work out. ISACA will help pay up to a portion of it, and then some of it will come out of my budget.
When is that?
February 20th, 24th. Just give me thoughts.
I don't have a problem with it.
And I am going, Ben and myself are going to Nashville, September 9th through the 11th. That's for our Beacon Schneider they put on, but we don't have to pay for that, so.
Okay,
So I didn't come in and get permission since we're not costing the county.
okay.
That was the free one.
That was a free one.
Yep.
But the ISAC affiliate does give a portion of it, but I'll be president 2 years, but,
Tracy, is there a meeting Thursday? ECIWDB?
This Thursday?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got EasyCog, you don't have to worry about that.
okay.
EasyCog and Eastern Iowa Trust Fund.
Okay. Is
She
that-
sent the agenda out yesterday, but she did not send the packet with it.
Oh,
So, you know, it tells all what's gonna be discussed and what we're supposed to vote on, but
right,
we ain't got it.
is that's the CEO meeting? ECIWDB? No, that's a different one.
That's something different.
Yeah, that's a Zoom meeting from 11 to 12:30.
Yeah, no, this
That's,
is a,
okay, I've got that on Thursday. Okay. It's different.
no,
I'll be posting next week's agenda on Friday, because of Labor Day.
holiday, yeah.
And then the following week, you guys have that Heartland seminar,
Yeah.
Right,
so I responded for you guys to go.
Yeah, that's on the
What
11th,
date is Heartland?
From 11?
yeah. And then on the 5th of September, we were asked to go to Bloomsbury.
Bloomsbury for that. Did you want to do that, so we have an agenda, or? If
I
we all
always
need to
show
go?
up for it,
what time is that?
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I gotta be on the bus at 2:30.
Yep.
Yeah, so I won't be able to attend that.
I'll be gone.
Okay, so,
Like usual, I'll show up.
she wanted me to go to that one.
Yeah,
That one kind of sounded interesting.
what's that?
That one sounded interesting.
Yeah, every year it is.
Or a picture of something
Yeah.
else that she sent us.
Yeah,
Okay, well then I won't worry about posting an agenda for that, one, but I might go to it. And
you'll have
then-
to, well, that, we got plenty of time yet.
So the EMS one, I think is now the 9th as well.
I
But
haven't,
if you three all don't go, I don't know about why I would have to post an agenda.
No.
If it's just gonna be one,
yeah,
then I wouldn't even have to go.
no,
Okay. Are you in agreement to that then?
Yes.
I mean, because we've already given the policy, I don't think there's any action from us.
mm-mm. And the only thing you'll have to post is, that'll be later on, the training where we're gonna have that, and then also the conservation trip.
Yep, and I already have a tentative agenda in there, I showed you. in the packet.
Yeah. And then I already talked to Ron that he is gonna attend the HACAP on the 18th of September, backpack. They're asking for all our supervisors to,
Go fill some backpacks?
yes, and that's landfill night, so I'd rather go to the landfill one. So they should have the lagoon done by then, when the bill will be coming in. Any public comments, questions?
Well, I have one quick one, just with Jennifer resigning, she's on that landfill, right?
Yep,
No, she's done, who took her place?
we ain't got anybody yet.
Okay. I just was curious. I thought maybe you had somebody.
No,
Okay. That's all I had.
Actually, we had a good attendance last Thursday, really good attendance.
I was gonna ask a question, at that February meeting, is Haley gonna dance and sing, or?
No, this one was, this entertainer, he was our general session speaker. He really got the crowd like awake and motivated. And some of the people were doing animal sounds, and then what we had to do is there was 8 of us, and they kind of broke it up by affiliates. And then they would start a song. He would kind of talk to you to get your personality. And then he would play a song and you were supposed to finish the lyrics. So, and it was a competition. Of course, I like competition.
So America's Got Talent will be the
Yeah.
next one, okay.
I'm not a good singer, but I could dance.
All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn then.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.